Hey there YouTube, Keeve here, and welcome to the Cars with Keeve YouTube channel. In this video, we're going over the ultimate budget wash cart. We kept this at a decent amount. It started out as a low budget cart and has worked its way up to this. So actually what I think I'm going to do down the road is I'm going to create another cart to be the cheapest wash cart possible for those of you who don't want to spend a lot of money. But the core of this whole thing is budget. Budget de-ionization, budget water filtering, a budget 2.0 GPM pressure washer, and the other accessories. The first thing is this cart. I was able to get this cart for 99 bucks on Amazon. I went on a 10-page search. It only had one available and no reviews. I don't think this is available anymore. It's at Walmart for like $230 and it's sold out there as well. It's a Taiwanese tool company called Shutter. So overall with this cart, in version 3 overall, outside of the cart itself, we've added one thing, and that's de-ionization, which is right here. I actually just made a video. I probably should release it before this one. I have all my Gtechniq chemicals from Gwash, W4, W5, W6, and Easy Coat. So here's the filtration side of the cart. You can see the pegboard sides. This was really convenient for mounting everything. And it's better location here. The first location was at the top. So when I needed to purge the pressure out of these to get the filters out, it was leaking water all over everything. So now they leak water only down to the ground. So if it's your first time actually seeing this cart, water comes in through here through quick disconnect from the hose using a shut-off valve, and then out here. Then I take this quick disconnect right here, and I can hook this up to the pressure washer on the front, or for the final rinse, I can hook up straight to de-ionization, put them through here, and then across to the hose reel on the opposite side. So I'm still using my hose reel and my pressure gun from my wash, so that way I don't have to have a second hose, and it's just more convenient this way. So if we were going to run the pressure washer, I would disconnect from de-ionization. I would run directly into the front of my pressure washer. As you see, I have polyethylene foam all around this. So when I connect this in, I don't even have to do two hands. I can plug and unplug disconnects. This thing is not going to move. It's wedged in there. Now on the second shelf, we have just a non-slip piece that came with the cart, which is another thing that was great about this cart. It came with non-slip padding for all 3 levels and the tool bin on that side. Now here I've got our tire brush that we've always used. Another tire brush, which is my main tire brush. This is the hard bristle one. We have our zero water pitcher right here. I'll usually fill this up and keep some in there to fill up the water bottles, but now that I got de-ionization, I'm probably just going to fill them up that way now. But it's always good to have a 0 ppm water on hand to mix chemicals and dilute chemicals in bottles. We have our SGS 28 gun with the swivel. Love this gun. I can't see myself moving on anything else. It just works so well. It's just so easy to pull. We have a drill, and that's mainly to run our rim twisters right here. We have one that's really beat up. That's my older one. We use that for the exhaust tips. And then this is the one we use for the wheels. And this is when I'm in a hurry. I just connect it up to the drill, and then this will just spin away. These are really, really light bristles. These are not going to scratch anything. That's it for that level. Over here is something I got at a car show as a prize. And it's just a magnetic cup holder. I'll put a link in the description below. They are available on Amazon. So another thing that's been happening is I originally had put a retractable extension cord in my garage, a 50-footer that I could pull down and bring out to the cart. Well, the problem is my garage, I have an air conditioner in there, I have a fan, I have an air compressor, I have the leaf blower that I use, and it pops the breaker. So at the front of my house where I wash my cars on the front porch is another outlet, and that's on a different circuit. So now what I've done is I've taken the electrical cord from the VE52 and I've put 2 of these tornado hooks on here, and then I just wrap it around and I have it available here. I just take it off real quick and bring it to the house. I have not found a retractable one for the wash cart that's good enough, because most of them that are small form factor are 16 gauge and you need a 14 gauge 15 amp to run this unit. So here's the top of the cart. Like I said, here's my jerry cans. We have this, I'll just pull one out for you. This is polyethylene foam, so it's water resistant. It doesn't absorb water, it just kind of repels it, but it's really easy cuttable. It's got thin layers and it's just easy to make cutouts. Now I bought them in sheets that are 12 by 12 and then put them together because it's way cheaper that way. It's like 9 bucks for 2 of these sheets, but to get a full sheet that holds this entire top is like $40 or $50. This is my IK multi sprayer. I use this with my Easy Coat. 20-to-1 dilution ratio with 1,000 milliliters is more than enough for a single coating of Easy Coat. I do that every single wash. Now these are my AgriFab sprayers. I've been using them for a very long time, but really have never done a video on them. They actually work pretty good. Just make sure whatever chemical you're using is thinner and not really thick. It doesn't really work that great with thick liquids. As you see, I did cutouts for these. They just pop in and out real easy. And I have my fallout remover, which is W6, which I use for the wheels and the exhaust pipes. And then we have bleach white from Black Magic. I use those if the tires are really, really dirty and they need to be cleaned. I will use that. Just make sure you don't get that on any coated surfaces because it can degrade them. Now over here we have the Gtechniq Brilliant Finish foam cannon. This is my current favorite. I have it on auto mix mode. I have a video on this one and all these other foam cannons as well to show you that this is auto metered. I don't have to dilute this anymore. It's full strength soap and it just meters exactly what I need. That one fits in perfect. We have the Gtechniq, the Boss foam cannon. This is awesome because this is stainless steel billet. That's aluminum billet. They're completely machined out. This isn't cheaply made. It's not cast. It just fits perfect. Full Gwash. Now this is the MJJC version 2. This foams like no other foam gun out there, even more than these two with the same dilution ratios. Obviously you can up the soap and get more foam. But I keep this empty around because when I do my maintenance washes, I do mixes with my W4, 5, and 6 to clear the pores out, do a decontamination of the ceramic coating with the fallout remover and the all-purpose. So I mix those together in here and I use them as a foam. So on this side we have our tool bin that comes with the unit. I have our bucket filler that I've always had with the nozzle. These are the two different kinds of filter tools for the filters on that side, but actually this tool actually will work with both. I have one brush in here. I have 3, but I keep 2 on the side. I just use this for lug nuts, anything that I need to get into, and it's, you know, it's not harsh. So also in here I keep my nozzles currently, but I am working on drilling holes in the polyethylene foam to mount these on the top. For right now I just throw them in there. I keep my TDS meter in there as well, which I use in many videos to measure the quality of the water. We have our detail brushes that I've always had with these same clips right here. I keep them to the side. I haven't mounted them to the pegboard or anything yet because I kind of want them hanging out. Because if you have them against something, they'll deform over time. I like to keep them hanging. That way if they're dripping water when I'm done, they're not dripping water on anything else. Then we have our hose reel here. Like I said earlier, we had moved this from the previous cart was on the inside, and now we have moved it to the outside. It is much sturdier out here on this really thick pegboard. I've got a plate behind it, and then we have the hose coming out the side. And this just, man, it's just so much sturdier. The last one, the whole floor of the cart would shake and bend with this. This one, no, not at all. The whole cart moves with it. And like I said, having this on the backside and pulling on it, on the cheaper cart, it would probably fall over. This one, look, I'm pulling as hard as I can. I can barely lift it up in the air. It's more than adequate for it. So the last wash cart didn't come with great casters, so I had to replace those with aftermarket ones. But this cart came with these monsters right here. I think these are about a 4-inch ball bearing swivel on this side. Those are fixed on that side, but they're ball bearings on the inside, on the swivel as well. Dual brake. So if you know me, when I wash my cars, I like to do it barefoot, so I can put my big toe on this and this without pinching. Then also this lock, there's a gear on the inside. It locks the swivel from turning and the wheel from moving at the same time. So you can't actually move it. It's stuck. It won't move. Didn't really show the handle, but the handle is really nice, really strong. The nuts are welded on the inside and bolted into it. They're not sitting inside of an assembly spinning around. You can see these in action. Stop. Doesn't move at all. Tap of the brake. Look how smooth this thing moves. Like I said, this thing is so heavy. Nothing moves on this cart. It just rolls really nice. I have my wash mitt from Gtechniq, and I just have this bar that I have come off of it, and I put this on there so that way it keeps this in nice form when it's drying. And then when it's drying, it's not drying onto the rest of the cart or anything else. It's drying straight to the ground. The water is going to collect about right here and drip straight to the ground. And the cool thing about this bin right here is this bin is universal. So this pegboard goes all the way down, and these trays just sit in there. So I can have this tray at any height I want. I can move it up and down, and this tray, I can flip it upside down, and it would have the same mounting holes, and then I can actually have a workbench top if I ever needed it. Now look at this cart, and I say to myself, what can we do next for version 4? Now obviously we could go uber extra with like an AR 630 blue. I would never pay that amount of money for a Kranzel or Kranzler or whatever you say. Obviously there's some other things that we could upgrade, but I really don't feel like it because everything we have here is working perfect. I just wanted a more sturdy cart and a different configuration, which is about all we did. We made life easier on us with the foam filters and everything. So let's move Helen and the cart over to the side where I normally wash, and then you can see how efficient this makes my whole process at the house. Now isn't that an amazing wash cart? The cart was in a perfect position anyway. That's where I would want to leave it because it was straight at me. Everything I needed was right there. The water filtration was on the hose side. The reel was on the opposite side, so that way I could pull the hose all the way out so I could reel it in nice and neat. You check out the description below. Everything that I have on the cart that you could get on the cart is going to be there. Hopefully this cart is available at that point. If it is, I am going to, on Instagram stories, I'm going to push it like crazy because this is an amazing product. But we are definitely going to take the little mini cart that's behind me here, that's completely empty now, and we're going to build the ultimate low budget cart. $100 pressure washer, the cheapest hose that we can find to work great, a cheaper water gun that'll work great, everything, and try to keep it as low budget as possible. And we will track the dollar value and definitely say that, like in the title, like, hey, complete wash cart for 300 bucks. It's gonna be tough to do for 300 bucks because you believe how much is on that cart. But that cart won't have 3 foam guns, agrafab sprayers, or anything like that. It's gonna be the best of the best, but still as low budget as possible. We're not gonna put any junk on there. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. So overall with this cart, what I wanted to do, with this cart, I have all of my Gtechniq, different kinds of carts and stuff. This is gonna be all day right here. But you can see my little drink holder. There's a disconnect. Get away, stupid bee. Many more I'm thinking about. Let's just go ahead and wash the car, and I can show you how I use the cart during a wash. So let's move the car over here. Start how much more efficient this is during a, oh my gosh, how efficient this cart, stupid bug, go away. What do you want? You're about to contaminate this mitt, and I don't care. Ugh. So let's go ahead and move the car over and have a maintenance wash come, and so let's move the car and the cart over to where I normally wash. So let's move the car and the cart over to where dang, in my hands. So let's move my car. So let's move I did put the quick disconnect in for the pressure washer. Oh my goodness.